I'm seriously not good at these video things. I don't know where I'm supposed to look. I think it's over there. I never really know where the camera on these things is. And this is probably another one of the millions of videos that I have made that I will never actually post, because I don't know, I just feel like I'm sick of my own stupid story, to be honest with you. It just crap after crap after crap. It's hard not to feel like a victim, and I've been watching all these videos about the victim mindset and how to change your mindset and not, to take responsibility for your reaction to situations, and, not blame situations, circumstances, other people, whatever, for things that don't work out. But I can just say that the last week has been so hard. Last week I've had to relocate my camp 1, 2, 3, 4 times. I've been suffering from really bad dizzy spells for a couple of weeks now. I actually ended up going by ambulance into hospital last weekend before. I don't know, I'm losing track of time. My brain is not working properly. I have no patience for anything. I'm a tightly coiled spring. I'm about to snap. I really am I'm struggling to find reason for my existence, let alone pleasure or joy in any of it. It's literally just treading water. It's just survive right now. That's honest to God truth. I hate life. I hate myself. I can't do it. And today I worked at the cafe and I was barely there an hour, and the girl I was working with, was watching my every move and making a point of telling me that apparently, the way I frothed the milk in the coffee machine wasn't quite right. Well, nobody's complained. I mean, okay, a couple of people complained randomly because their coffee's too hot or not hot enough or whatever, but about the way that their coffee has been made, I haven't had anybody complain yet, and I think I've been doing fine, thank you very much, seeing as it's been like 20 years since I worked in a coffee shop. Anyway, I don't take criticism. This is why I don't work, and I haven't worked in a job where other people are telling me what to do, because I just don't take criticism at all. I don't do people when I'm feeling upset, and I've been kicked out of one place after another place after another place. No, you can't stay here. No, you can't stay there. I stayed here at the one place where they said I could stay, and some stupid teenager kids running amok, causing mischief, decided to just, cut the electrical cord on my little baby washing machine that I'd only just bought from a garage sale. I was so excited about it, and I'd literally used it once. And before that, I was having to hand wash everything. There's no laundry facilities here. Hand washing everything by hand in a bucket with rheumatoid arthritis hands. You know how hard that is? Wringing things out, and waking up in the morning already, my hands are so swollen and sore. And I've been working at a cafe as well, which is washing dishes, wiping down benches, making coffee, all these physical things that I've been doing that just make my situation worse. Just so tired, And I can see I'm slipping further and further and further into this total withdrawn, reclusive, antisocial, cavey kind of person, because it's safe. Because no one can get me inside this little caravan by myself, Just don't come knocking on my door. Oh, if you've got children and campsites, my God, tell them to leave me alone. The last few days, I've had random children assault me the second I open my door, and, want to talk to the dog and ask me questions. And this morning I tried to go for my mind clearing walk that me and Pixie usually take by myself before I had to go work at a cafe, which is peoply all day long and demanding, physically, emotionally, everything. I need my time in the morning. I just want some fucking time to myself, you know? And bam, these 3 little kids were waiting outside. I said, I'm going for a walk because I'm about to go to work and I need some me time. Oh yeah, but we're going to come for a walk with you. And they proceeded to walk down the track with me, and I literally turned around and walked up the street because I'm pretty sure the parents wouldn't let them walk up the street with me. Had to change my course because of them. The other day at the other campground I was at, same thing. 3 little boys there, hanging around, wanting to talk. I mean, they're sweet. You know, I don't not like kids. I just don't like people, full stop. But at least people have a bit more of awareness of personal space sometimes. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they just waltz up. Sometimes a 65-year-old man who thinks I'm a bit of an alright will just waltz up to me at a caravan park and say, hey, you know, like, blah, 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 I really like your rig, you know, what year's your car, no, 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 no. And I'm like, fuck off. Like, seriously, I'm not interested in you, I'm not interested in anyone, and no, that doesn't mean I'm a lesbian, it just means I'm really not attracted to you, and I really don't appreciate you just barging into my personal space when I'm not in people mode. When I'm in people mode, makeup on, hair on, dress on, showtime. And I have psyched myself up to do that for hours, days, weeks, months possibly, to get to that moment. I know it's coming, I prepare myself for it. But if you suddenly inflict it upon me before I've done my preparation like that, you're not going to get a very nice person. I'm going to come across as a bitch because I feel assaulted, I feel violated, I feel space invaded. I can't stand it. And then when I don't have that time for preparation and then I have to launch into something, and I've dealt with so much bullshit from humans this last week, you know, like that thing happening to me with the washing machine cord being cut by those kids, having to relocate in the middle of the night, driving up to another caravan park, only to be told that they were fully booked out for the Easter weekend and that I had to find somewhere else, and then driving all the way in the opposite direction and then staying my week there, trying to relax as best I could, dealing with this medical stuff with doctors and hospitals and trying to find out what is wrong with me. Like, why am I dizzy all the time? Why can I not see? Like, my vision's gone really blurry. I'm falling over. I'm dropping things. I'm grumpy. I'm tired. My urinary system is completely just off kilter. Like, I'm just, yeah, I'm peeing constantly, and all through the night I don't get a solid night's sleep. I haven't had a solid night's sleep for weeks. It's just too much. I need to rest. I need to relax. I need to just look after myself for a little while and not be dealing with other people's issues. And then when I ask to stay longer and they say, you know, oh, we have a 7-day maximum stay, and I had to relocate again. Now I'm back in the place where I got vandalized. I'm scared, absolutely terrified that these horrible kids are going to come back and do something else nasty to my car or to me, to anyone. I don't know. I've got all this going on in my head. And then to go to work today, and I was watching you before, the way you do your milk, you know, you're holding the jug like this, like this, like this. I said, no, I actually hold the jug like this. Well, you're supposed to hold it like this, and the nozzle for the milk is supposed to sit in the groove of the spout. That's the way you do it, that works for you, that's great. But then she's like, oh, but you know, whatever works for you. Well, if you're telling me whatever works for me, why are you making me stop and do it your way? You know? And I couldn't deal with it, and I just went out in the back room and I just had to cry because, you know, I was just like, don't fucking pick on me today. Seriously, don't pick on me. I've just sent a text message in the morning to someone from the Lions group because I come to here. The toilets are disgustingly filthy. Nobody cleans them here. There's no soap. There's no toilet paper. It's the 3rd time since I've been here I've had to ask that. The guy that supposedly does it, he tells, oh, I was down there on Tuesday. It's Friday. We're living in a global pandemic. I kind of think the toilets need to be washed more than once a week when it's a public park, and it's a rest area, and people are coming in and using these toilets all the time from all over God knows where, and there's no soap to even wash your hands afterwards. Like, it's just disgusting, you know. And I'm sick of having to remind people that there are certain standards to cleanliness and the way you live, and I have a right to expect for my money. Okay, I'm only paying $10 a night, but that's what they charge, and they should at least supply you with a clean toilet and some soap to wash your hands. So I'm dealing with that this morning as well. This is all before I get to work. Kids chasing me down the path, crappy dirty toilets with no toilet paper, no soap, and you've got a problem with the way I froth the milk. Really? So I go out the back, I go into the toilet, and I just try to pull myself together. The tears are flowing. Can't do that in a public workplace. How many times has this happened to you whenever you've had a job, a normal job, like as in you weren't working for yourself, and somebody said you didn't do something right or you should have done something better? Pull yourself together. You know, as I've been told at one previous job, when you work, you need to leave your emotions at the door. I struggle with that. My emotions have this annoying habit of following me everywhere I go. I tried to pull it together, you know, wiped my eyes, took a few deep breaths, opened the door, went to walk back into the coffee shop, and of course I didn't realize, but I had started running some clean water for the sink to fill the sink up for washing dishes, and because I'd been upset about the frothing milk incident before I had walked into the bathroom, I'd left the tap running in the sink. So what happened as soon as I opened the door? She says, "Oh, did you forget about the water, Lisa?" You know what? I walked straight back out the back room. I grabbed my handbag, I grabbed my water bottle. I said, "I'm going home." That's it. They'll be scratching their heads. They won't know what they've done wrong. They won't know any of what I was going through. And at the end of the day, they won't really care, because they've got a business to run, and that's, you know, that's what their concern is. They're worried about a million other things affecting their life, and I'm worrying about a million things affecting my life. But I've had this problem before, and, you know, really I shouldn't attempt to work when quite clearly I've been put on disability for a reason, and every time I think I'm doing okay and I consider my potential employability again or workability, and I try something and I inevitably fail either emotionally or physically, break down either emotionally or physically, and then I realize that the only reason I've been doing well is because I haven't been working, because I haven't been putting myself through those stressors, emotional and physical stressors, and that I am literally incapable of it. And it's really hard to handle. Like, I don't want to believe I'm disabled. I don't want to believe that I'm without value in the economic world, you know? Like, I out of all the things I have struggled with since being diagnosed with multiple things, which the list just ever increases, and it's ridiculous. I won't even go there because I find it hard to believe it myself. I don't think anyone else is going to believe me. And as I get told over and over again, you know, everyone's got their own stuff that they're dealing with, and other people have health issues, and other people have mental health issues. Other people have all sorts of issues, and so therefore, you know, I can't expect people to make accommodations for mine. But what I'm doing is making accommodations for reducing my impact on anybody else. I'm withdrawing further and further away from people, society, humanity. I can't get far away enough. There's no place for me to withdraw far enough, because of the lack of secure housing and, you know, consistency in healthcare and mental health care. I'm not getting the treatment and healthcare that I really probably need, and I don't see that situation changing anytime soon. As far as affordability goes, you know, the government, bless them for paying me disability and it being in a real improvement to my health. But never quite enough to afford to rent or buy a house. How mean is that? I guess they assume that you've got family and friends who are going to look after you and house you and feed you, because what they give you is, you know, really just enough to cover food and medicine and basic essentials of living, but not really accommodation. Well, not at all accommodation. So that's why I live in a caravan. You know, glamorous homeless. That's what I am. Making homelessness look appealing since 2019. And yeah, my videos are probably going to get worse and worse as my mindset just deteriorates worse and worse. I am hanging on by a thread. I am hanging on by a thread. I don't know what else to say. People have offered to help, and, well, you know, as in you can come and stay at my place, or you can park your caravan in my driveway, you can park your caravan in my backyard. You know, you can always call me when you feel like that. Yeah, you think I haven't heard these kind of words before in my life? You think I haven't been told those things before? And you know how many times I've taken people up on their kind and generous offers that they're going to improve my situation, and how often the rug's been pulled out from under me, or because my tolerance levels or their tolerance levels don't match, and I'm come across as rude and ungrateful, and they probably piss me off for a multitude of reasons. You know, more than I can count. People can piss me off pretty easily. You know, I don't want to be arguing with somebody over, you know, when the last time the toilet was cleaned, who did the dishes last, you know, how much somebody owes for electricity or whatever. I can't do humaning. It's hard work being an alien. And that's my depressing update for today. Yeah. Things aren't always as shiny as they look on social media. Just remember that.